Hello fellow YouTubers, Mac in VR here, and welcome to my channel dedicated to all things gaming in mixed and virtual reality. Today I'm reviewing this, the brand new Virtual Rifle Systems Mark III VR gun. So go grab a cup of tea or coffee for our American cousins, sit back and enjoy some good old gun loving. Let's dive straight in, and remember, we're born to respawn. Full disclosure here, I am not sponsored by Virtual Rifle Systems, and I purchased this gun stock with my own money. Now that's out of the way, and before we jump into the meat and veg of the review, we need to discuss why you would want or need a VR gun stock anyway. And it all boils down to one word: accuracy. Once set up properly, a good gun stock allows you to shoulder, shoot and transition as if you were using a real firearm. Protube VR are the current industry standard, and if you've watched any competitive VRL games on Onward, you will see that the vast majority are using gun stocks, and most of them are Protube.
Drawing up those tactics, drawing up defensive points, drawing up like backup plans. For instance, if I go down, you make sure you cover this point, etc, etc, etc.
Once you've dialed in your gun stock and you have acquired the necessary muscle memory for quick reloads, grenade throws and transitions to pistol, the results can be devastating. For your opponents, that is. Now that we've established why you should use a gun stock, let's take a look at the VRS Mark III, compare it to the previous Mark II, and look at the mounting solutions for different controllers. Then we'll put the new boy through his paces in the shooting range in my favourite VR FPS, Onward, and talk about the downsides and upsides. How does that sound? Okay? Now I'm not going to do an unboxing and show you how to build the Mark III, because Shane from VRS has already done an excellent video on this, which I've linked in the description down below. First things first, the previous VRS, the Mark II, was completely 3D printed. The new Mark III is injection moulded, apart from the controller mount. The end result of this is a much more polished looking finish, offering superior quality, design and durability. Now, I know this statement has nothing to do with the performance of the Mark III, but I'm going to say it anyway. Look at it! Oh, I mean, I thought the Mark II was badass, but this thing is a different level of badassery. Wow, the quality is definitely a step up as well. The design is pure mil-spec with a free-floating handguard, optional barrel insert and flash hider. The buffer tube would also allow you to fit any buttstock you have lying around. The one shown was bought from VRS, but if you have a Gucci Magpul Style stock, it'll fit straight on. EOTech 552 holographic sight? Yep. Magpul Style angled foregrip? Yep. Not that you would fit one, but you could. I know you can't see it when you're playing in VR, but at least you'll look cool to anyone peering through the window. Just before they phone the police and cart your ass off to the cells. It has a handy QR sling mount here. I highly recommend using a single point or Magpul style rifle sling so that you don't fling your expensive gun stock to the floor when transitioning to your pistol. And no, I haven't got shares in Magpul Dynamics, I just want to have Chris Costa's babies, okay? You can't unsee that now, can you? The mounting solution for the Oculus Quest and Rift S is very simple and elegant. One hinged mount for each controller. Undo one Allen key bolt, clamp the mount onto the controller and tighten the bolt back up. Done in less than 60 seconds. If you're wondering why some of the VRS Mark III images have the controller mounted like this, Shane does explain in his build video that some people hold the Oculus controller like this, but some actually hold it like this. So the mount is designed to allow for both types of players. The index mounting solution is very similar to the Mark II, but as you can see here, VRS have managed to shave a large amount of the printed material away to make the mount more sleek. They take a little bit longer to install, and it's still not the prettiest solution, but the index controllers, they don't lend themselves to simplicity. Check out the Protube solution if you doubt my words. They still make my eyes bleed whenever I look at them. Setup is a doddle, as everything is quick release. Simple. I mentioned muscle memory when it comes to gun stocks, as it is very similar to the Mark II in makeup. My muscle memory was okay. The front controller is at a slightly different angle, but I will get used to it. Pro tip number 1, the mounts are angled at the front, so for ease of use, tilt the mount up slightly, slide into place, then the magnet should grip. Voila. So let's jump into the shooting range in Onward and run the gauntlet to see how this bad boy performs. I'll run the Quest and Index footage side by side, so that you can clearly see if there are any tracking issues. Let's do this, come on! If any of these controllers were going to have tracking issues, it will be the Quest with its in-sight tracking. But as you just saw, the Gunstock tracked very well with just one little jump. Pro tip number 2. If the Quest loses tracking, just push the gun out in front of you slightly and it will reset. This happens sometimes when the Quest loses sight of your hand holding the pistol grip. Using the Lighthouse 2.0 base stations, the Index tracked flawlessly, as you would expect. Any downsides? Yes. Number 1, the front mount wobbles a bit. I ran a tie wrap round the mount to take up the slack, but I think it should be tighter out of the box. Number 2, a bog standard Protube VR with magnetic cups will cost you $115 plus shipping, versus a VRS MK-III at $135 for the cheapest option plus shipping. So it's a bit more expensive. Also, please be aware, if you live outside of the US, you may get stung by customs. Number 3, don't expect next day delivery. Denise and Shane, who run VRS, are a husband and wife outfit. They make it very clear on their website that there is a lead time on production, so you may be in for a short wait before delivery. But it's really worth it. Any upsides? Yes. Number 1, this is an odd one, but bear with me. You have to set it up for different weapon types. Now, this is a problem with all gun stocks, however. The reason I put it down as a pro is this. It's so quick and easy to adjust, unlike a Protube, which is very fiddly to set up. Number 2, the Mark II was a rugged old bruiser, but a bit rough around the edges. The Mark III is a marked improvement in quality and finish. I think the decision to step up to injection moulding was the right choice here. The whole package is much more professional in look and feel. Number 3, it is compatible with all real steel accessories, and though you can hang torches, lasers, EOTech holographic sights, foregrips and change out the buttstock, you probably won't. But it feels like a proper firearm. It looks right, and when you're playing, it just gives you that extra level of immersion. So number 4, I got criticised for saying look at it in my review of the Mark II because function should be the overwhelming goal for a gun stop, but bollocks to it. Look at it. It's badassery personified. I must admit I love my Mark II, I really did, but a younger, better looking version has just turned up and Sugar Daddy Mac wants a piece of that action. So everyone take a deep breath and try to be objective. Is the Mark III an improvement over the Mark II? Yes, in almost every way. Build quality and finish are a big step up. Can VRS knock Protube from their slot as top dog? I'm sure when people start to see the Mark III, it will generate intense interest as it looks great and functions well. So only time will tell if VRS can build on the success of the Mark II. I hope they do. The English love an underdog, and who knows, maybe the Mark III has a knockout punch tucked up its mil-spec sleeve. What do you think? Do you have a Protube? What do you think of the VRS Mark III? More importantly, are you thinking about ordering one? Let me know in the comments down below. Well, that's all for today. If you enjoyed this content, feel free to share, like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload any new content. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the other side.